On the spiritual side, one of the goddess patterns that I'm saying are part of innate deeper patterns in ourselves, through which meaning comes. One of mine was always Artemis, the goddess of the wilderness and goddess of the moon. And I think about how my spirituality, though rooted in Protestantism, found its greatest strength in the mountains, in the wilderness, looking at the stars, feeling one with nature. It took me many years to get the goddess mentally, intellectually, but I feel like I've always been her creature. And it was just a matter of, well, actually reading The White Goddess by Robert Graves, that was the big click.
I went through the same routine that you went through, being very, very idealistic and being exposed to the Catholic Church and being a person who would read everything I could get my hands on. I read all this and really assimilated it into my little skull here and believed that I could be a saint.
Yes,
and soon, by going to confession. And then I realized that there was a woman behind this thing. You know, this woman that I was saying all these rosaries to. And so I read more about Mary. And I thought about her in terms of really being a mother.
As a Catholic who didn't discover Mary, because when I rejected it, I rejected everything because it all made me feel so phenomenally uncomfortable. I felt what you felt, more of being at odds with everything around me, because as yet there was no support system. I was really very young. I was only 13 or 14 years old, and I remember reading some Native American lore. And I shared this story with Merlin earlier, because she said, how did you get started? And painting on ice cream sticks, popsicle sticks, images that reminded me of what I had read about the corn goddess.
The more I listened to what they had to say about the great bearded white man in the sky, the more I realized he was nobody I could talk to. You couldn't say nothing to the dude. He didn't answer prayers. You know, he could go off on you at any minute, and you're supposed to be grateful no matter what he did. Okay, you know, this is nobody who made any kind of sense to me in my naivete. So I put him down, and I hung with Mary. You know,
I have not that personal sense of the goddess. I wasn't Catholic. I didn't relate to Mary. I mean, if you're raised as a Protestant, everything gets very abstract. But I have a sense of the goddess as life force, as affiliation, as that which links us all at a deep level to be one with each other and one with nature. And in that, we are all connected with Gaia or Mother Earth.
it helps me a lot to remember that I am an ancestress of tomorrow. And that what I say and do today, 5,000 years from now, may be coded into the symbolism of what they believed then. If you think that way, no tiny act is meaningless, you know, everything becomes very, very important. It might be more important if we can manage to have it 5,000 years from now. If we can do that.
Knowledge that's been passed on is a knowledge of how to survive whole, how to keep the spirit whole and the body whole, and our relationship between each other and to the earth whole. That is the tradition that we keep alive.
Mother is asking us to stand in all of our feminine power. It does not matter if you are male or female. What matters is that you stand in Gaia, Mother Earth's energy and power for you and for all.